Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. In this parcel I have got a replacement caliper for the bike because I wanted to fix the problem we had after the disc lock had hit the caliper and bent this bracket. But I had a look on Bike Parts Honda and this bracket alone was £46, which is just crazy. And then I saw on eBay you could get this whole caliper with the bracket complete for £29 something. So I didn't email him and be that guy and say, oh, can I just have the bracket please? I bought the whole thing, and so I'll have a spare caliper at the end of it, just like before. We've got the Allen key there. Oh, this one's tight. Let's move the bubble out. There we go. Tell you what, it is nice to have my workbench back again. Yeah, we've got rid of the old Pax wardrobe, thank God, so we can finally get things out a bit. Push the pads down a bit. There we go. So these are the pads that were in whoever's brake caliper this was before. I can assume you always see the bikes being broken up for spares, and someone saying on Facebook they've bought it or scrapped it, and presumably this bike died some other death, but the pads look roughly the same as mine, to be honest. Let's take that off separately. Okay, there's the bracket, and here's the other pin with that. Let's zoom you in a bit. Oh, it feels like Big Clive. One moment please. So that has bent, but we can bend it back or use the old one. That pin goes there. Moment of truth. Yeah, there we go. I think that is fine. It could be a tiny bit bent, perhaps. They hit the disc lock just once and not very hard, but compared to the old one, they look way more parallel. Right, let's clean it up and go out to the bike. Just as before, going to put a little bit of this brake grease on sliding pins so they're ready to go. Not too much because we don't want any blobs flying loose. All right, let's get this sorted out. Lefty loosey. Everything's still nice and clean. Now, great, here's the Allen key, which we need to remove this top hat thing, which I've just realised is actually securing the back of the second pin. That's clever. Oops. Yeah, so I tried for a while to get the bracket in without taking the pads out, but that's just not going to work. So right, going to retract those by hand. Yeah, see this rubber sleeve here, it's sort of bent inwards. If we pop it out there, it's going to make a good seal. That's better. So that slides in there. There we go. Right, let's put the pads in then. So this one goes against there. And we can put the pin part way through to hold it like that. and then this one goes against there, and then while we take pressure off, put the pin all the way in. Yep. Actually, I think it was probably retracting the pistons that made that job easier. On you go. As I mentioned before, recheck the tightness of these bolts after you've ridden a few miles. There's the old one. There was just one more thing I wanted to do here. When we checked the pads, we didn't actually check the disc, and I don't know what the official spec is, but I noticed on the disc here it actually says minimum thickness 3.5 millimeters. Don't know if you can read that. So I'm going to check it with this, which is a screw gauge micrometer. I'll have to explain to you how to use one of these if you haven't already. It looks like a clamp. Obviously, as you turn it, the gap here gets smaller, and then you notice on the inner barrel there's 5 millimeters and 10 millimeters. Obviously, that corresponds to the thickness of the barrel, but you can get much more highly resolved than that, because the barrel on the outside has markings on it as well. And each time you turn this barrel, let's take it down to 0. Each time you rotate the barrel once, like that, is 0.5 millimeter. But of course the markings here are 0.01 of a millimeter. So 2 rotations there will be 1 whole millimeter. Much more accurate than we need it to be, but never mind, let's try. And the clever part is, because it's a screw clamp, it would be possible for you to clamp it so hard that you deformed the metal. So to make sure you tighten it the right amount but not too much, there's a sort of a ratchet on the end here. And as I tighten it, it gets tighter until that ratchet there clicks. And I can't tighten it anymore. So that's the right amount of tightness. So that is 1, 2, 3, 3.9 millimeters, which is above the requirement. So we're good. We obviously checked the wheel in a few places. Check you just haven't got one thin spot by accident. And here, I've got 1, 2, 3, yeah, same, 3.9. So disc is still good. Oh, it's been so long since we did any actual riding on the channel, hey? Afternoon, gents and ladies. So obviously, if you've disturbed the brakes in any way, you need to proceed with extreme caution. Test the brakes by just pushing the bike along, and then you waddle with your feet, and then you gradually increase the speed, but everything's going fine. Oh yeah, that's better. Feels smoother when we pull on it. Right, heading to Wellesbourne. It's been a little bit cold for commuting to school, but I don't know, I think I could with some warmer trousers. If only I had the right trousers. Here we go, Wellesbourne. Oh yeah, I think that's better. It's a smooth pull on the brake. No two-step thing anymore. So, we all know that biking is good for your mental health. You know, if you're having a bit of a bad day or working too hard, you head out for a little ride on the bike, afternoon, and everything starts to look a lot better. But just sometimes these days, especially when it's cold, I start to think, oh, shall I bother, or maybe I should stay home and do some work or something useful. And at times like this, my clever wife knows that it actually would be quite beneficial for me to go on a little ride. So she might make up a very important errand, some fake mission that she really needs me to, like, oh, we really need some more tea bags, Rich. And then, like, if there's a point to it, oh yeah, great, I'll head to the supermarket, I'll get some tea bags, no problem. But today, no such pointless and fictitious mission required, because it is very important that we head off to the supermarket to get custard. Our lovely neighbour has given us a whole load of apples, because this is the kind of thing that happens when you live in the countryside. People say, oh, do you want a load of apples? And you just say, oh, thank you very much. So what are we going to do with a load of apples? We're going to make Crimble Crumble. Crimble Crumble. You can't have apple crumble without custard. You know, when someone says, oh, what do you want with your crumble? Do you want ice cream, cream or custard? There is a correct answer to that question. Right, Sainsburys in Wellsbourne. Haven't parked our bike here before. I think there was a spot over the far side. We're right next to the airfield here. You see a plane going right over there every now and then. There are bike parking spaces, but are they really bike parking, or is it just a place? Oh, what's going on here? No rush, of course. Yeah, this will do fine. Okay, very important mission accomplished.